Coming up on the Daily O, a celebratory weekend turned tragic following a shooting on campus.
And protests against the Trump administration ramp up across the state. We'll tell you what went down. All this and more is coming up. The Daily O starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Monday edition of the Daily O. I'm Emmy Sangvalai.
And I'm Rayma Coleman. We're glad you're with us. Tragedy struck this weekend after the homecoming game when 3 people were injured in a shooting on campus. It happened around 3:40 Sunday morning outside of Carricker East. Investigators say a large off-campus party occurred at Payne County Expo Center. When that ended, a group of individuals came to campus for an after-party. Shots were fired after a disagreement between the individuals. Only one victim was an OSU student who was flown into OU Medical in Oklahoma City. Officials say the suspect is no longer on campus and all the victims are in stable condition. Officers are asking everyone who does not live in Carricker East to avoid the area and for anyone with information to get in touch.
More than 1,000 people joined a No Kings protest outside of the OKC City Hall on Saturday. This comes as a string of protests against the Trump administration are taking place across the nation. Signs and speakers focused on frustrations with Trump's deportation campaign. Organizers held a mock trial for Trump, saying he has committed crimes such as using the military against civilians, obstructing justice, corruption, and bribery. The crowd acted as prosecutors, finding him guilty. The protests were peaceful.
It's day 20 of the government shutdown, and Oklahoma is taking a hard hit. According to the financial website WalletHub, Oklahoma is among the top 10 states most affected. The data collected comes from shares on federal jobs, contract dollars per capita, percentage of families receiving food stamps, real estate, and access to national parks. This data put Oklahoma at 9th. The biggest factor is the percentage of families receiving food stamps. This is causing concern across the state as there is no end in sight to the shutdown.
One family questioning what happened to their son while he was in custody that sent him to the hospital with a traumatic brain injury. Antonio Hendricks spent 19 hours at the Oklahoma County Jail. He is now in a coma. According to court documents, he was pulled over for improper lane use. He was then arrested after police found a gun in his waistband. Hendricks' family is searching for answers as how he ended up with injuries remains a mystery. The jail has launched an internal investigation.
With the excitement of homecoming over, you may be looking for something fun to fill your week. Aaron Stinson is here with your week preview. Aaron?
Yeah, Rayma, it's a big sports week this week. Here's what's going on. Starting on Tuesday, the NBA season tips off as the Oklahoma City Thunder raise the 2024-25 championship banner against the Houston Rockets at 6:30. Wednesday, Paul McCartney takes the stage at the BOK Center at 8. And finally, the undefeated Pokes on Ice, Cowboy Hockey, take on the New Mexico Lobos on Friday. Puck drop at 7. Well, that's all I got for the week. Back to you guys.
Much of the state was under a wind advisory today, but will those conditions continue? Tyler Tripodi is in the Weather Center with our evening forecast. Tyler?
It certainly has been windy out there today, but the one good thing about that wind over the past few days is that it has blown the heat out of the area. As you can see right now, it's 81 degrees with a real feel of about 79. Wind speed still sitting at about a constant 13 miles per hour coming out of the west, with gusts getting up into the 20s. Now, if we take a look out west of campus, we can see that it is blue skies and sunshine all around. It really is a beautiful day out there right now, and we'll get into that a little bit more in the next block. Back to you guys.
Thanks. We'll be on the lookout, Tyler. When we return, former Pistol Pete's return to Stillwater to honor a longtime tradition. We'll show you how they're keeping their legacy alive.
And a big boost for Stillwater Public Schools. We'll show you how a donation is helping the district save money and go green. The Daily O returns right after this.
Got a computer issue? Meet AB Computers, Stillwater's trusted experts in computer repairs. We understand how important your devices are to you. That's why we offer fast turnaround times, so you're never disconnected for long.
Hello, my name is Roger Smith. I'm the owner of AB Computers here in Stillwater. I offer excellent services for repairs, upgrades, custom build of systems. I do Mac and PC repair. I've got best prices on pretty much everything you can look for.
We service all types of computers, From PCs and gaming rigs to tablets and everything in between. Whatever your tech needs, AB Computers is your one-stop solution. Whether it's a locked screen, a sluggish system, or any other tech trouble, AB Computers has you covered. Visit us at 211 North Perkins Road, Suite number 10, right next to Walmart. Our new location offers easy access and plenty of parking, making it more convenient than ever to get the expert help you need.
Ace in the Bowl Salsa started many, many years ago. I was trying to find a recipe to take to a family gathering, and so I started messing around with different recipes, and I took a little bit from here and a little bit from there, and I came up with a salsa that is truly unique. Ace in the Bowl Salsa is an olive oil-based salsa with tomatoes, green chilies, green onions, and black olives. There's no sugar added, it's gluten-free, low calorie, low carb, low fat, low sodium. So it's a very, very, very good alternative to any snack you may want. As of right now, I'm just looking to be in Oklahoma and having a successful business within the state. If my grandkids could ever take it over when they're old enough, that would be my dream.
OSU Pistol Petes came together this weekend for the annual Pistol Pete Roll Call Roundup. The privilege to be called Pistol Pete at OSU is an honor that is spread down from generation to generation. Former Pistol Petes initiated the idea of Roll Call Roundup to remember the former Pistol Petes who have passed away the previous year. These former Petes hold a special bond between each other as they are connected for life due to their title being a Pete. The new tradition now holds a special meaning to everyone who attends because of the everlasting brotherhood that holds them together.
Google has donated energy-efficient tech upgrades to Stillwater Public Schools. The donation is set to be $600,000, and it will be used in different areas to make Stillwater Public Schools more energy efficient. $500,000 of this donation will go towards retrofitting school buildings, parking lots, and athletic facilities for efficient lighting. These new renovations are supposed to save the district more than $340,000 a year. Superintendent Tyler Bridges says the cost savings from the upgrades will allow them to reinvest in academic programs, technology, and infrastructure.
It's looking like clear skies for this evening, but let's check back into the Weather Center where we can see the next few days. Tyler?
Clear skies is right, and it's going to remain that way for the next couple of days, but we do have a couple of storm systems moving in a little bit later in the week. But let's talk about tonight for right now. As you can see, that wind that we've been talking about all day has kind of pushed this cloud system across the state. There's just not enough moisture or energy in the air right now for that to really form into anything, so that'll kind of push down over into Arkansas and Louisiana. But looking into tomorrow, we will see that conditions kind of continue. There's really not much changing overnight. However, into the next day, we will see more cloud coverage kind of make its way across the state. Moving on into the next day, however, we will see on the western side of our state, kind of in the evening towards the end of the day, a storm system form over in New Mexico coming over the Rocky Mountains. That storm system is going to be a little bit dangerous Thursday and Friday. I do expect to see some tornado chances. There's going to be some severe thunderstorms, so definitely something to stay on the lookout for. We'll continue to cover that as we get into the rest of the week. Now, what to watch out for? Fall weather is finally here. It's taken long enough, but those temperatures are starting to come down, and they will continue to slide down over the next couple of weeks as we get into November. Right now, we're just going to be sticking with highs in the 70s, but a week or two from now, those will start getting into the 60s. The other thing I want you guys to watch out for is those late week storms. That's going to be Thursday into Friday. We'll talk more about it in that 7-day forecast, but those storms are going to be quite severe for this time of year, so definitely something to be weather aware on. Finally, those overnight lows. We're going to start seeing lows getting down into the, low 40s, even with a wind chill getting them down into the high 30s. So that's definitely something to be on the watch for because those overnight lows are going to start plummeting as we get further into November. That's all I've got for right now. Back to you guys at the desk.
All right, Tyler. When we return, tensions flare in the Middle East despite a ceasefire agreement. We have the latest from the region.
And millions are left hitting refresh following a major web outage. We'll tell you what caused the crash. The Dailyo returns right after this.
We would design something, it was set on the counter, and people was either, if enough of them said, this isn't it never made to the line. Dad was excited that they're all original. They were all designed on Mom's kitchen table, and it gets in your blood after a while.
We're very happy that Pamela and Michael have taken over the business and kept the family going.
We took the business over in 2017. When we found that it was available, we wanted to keep the legacy of family alive, but it was also incredible products that deserved to be a part of Made in Oklahoma's story. We were a part of Made in Oklahoma years ago, and so it kind of grew as Made in Oklahoma grew.
Oklahoma is ingrained into everything that we did. We've been here most of our life. That's what we entailed our whole business on, was the Oklahoma homegrown feeling.
Deep Fork Foods started in 2014. We started off with our nut products, and now we produce everything from jarred products to cookie mixes and pancake mixes and dried products for people, as well as our spice blends. Now we produce over 168 different products for ourselves and about 20 to 30 other companies in Oklahoma.
I'm Cindy Stewart. I'm one of the owners of Deep Fork Foods. We've gone from just making our own stuff and doing just small things to being able to co-pack and work with other companies and individuals within Oklahoma and across the United States as well.
I'm just really thankful for the journey that we've had so far and really look forward to the future where we're taking Deep Fork Foods and being able to provide more value for Oklahoma and its economy, as well as all the people within the state.
I love the opportunities that being in a food business provides. I absolutely love sharing food and good stories with people, so this just gives us another connection. And I can't wait to see where this path takes us with it.
An update on the conflict in the Middle East as President Donald Trump insists a ceasefire is still in place after Israel launched strikes in the enclave. The IDF confirmed yesterday that it had begun a renewed enforcement of the ceasefire. The strikes occurred after Israel accused Hamas of killing 2 soldiers beyond the boundary line. Trump says that the matter is under review and the situation was going to be handled firmly but properly. Fear is growing in the region as the 10-day ceasefire agreement could collapse.
Today, you might have noticed some websites down as major Amazon Web Services outage left multiple sites unusable. This comes after a problem with one of its core database products. The outage has affected millions of users, with sites ranging from Snapchat to Canvas. AWS customers were unable to report the problem as the automated support system was also offline. This highlights how fragile companies are, as they can suddenly shut down from an unplanned outage.
Saturday, President Trump posted a shocking AI-generated video depicting him dropping what appears to be feces on U.S. protesters. Take a look at this. The 19-second video features Trump wearing a crown while flying a fighter jet labeled King Trump. He posted the video following nationwide No King protests. The video shows him dropping fecal matter on someone who looks like left-wing influencer Harry Sisson and other protesters in Times Square. The White House did not immediately respond to a request for comment.
Trouble in Paris as an art heist is causing authorities to race against the clock. In just 7 minutes on Sunday morning, 4 suspects stole 9 pieces of France's crown jewels from the Louvre. Officials are scrambling to reassure the public about security at cultural sites and find the jewels before they can be broken up and melted down. Thieves used a truck mounted with a basket lift riding into the balcony outside the Apollo Gallery, where they then sliced the window with cutting tools. This played out as the museum had just opened. Experts say the items are too unique to be sold, so the thieves will likely try to melt them, which leaves investigators with less than a week to find the jewels before history is lost forever.
It was another loss for the Cowboys this weekend, but the student section is continuing to make headlines. Landon Pax walks us through the homecoming game right after this.
My name's Dennis Abernathy. Lived here since 1968, and I consider myself one of Stillwater's oldest original family jewelers. Here at Dennis the Jeweler, we're more about personal service. My father always told me that anybody can sell the jewelry, and what we're doing is completely different, learning to do the repair work. That is one thing that will keep your business alive, because anybody can sell it, but not anybody can fix it. To me, jewelry is very, very personal. Every piece of jewelry has its own story, and I get to hear hundreds of stories from my clients, which I love to hear. There's always a story with it. I mean, you buy a piece of jewelry for a show of appreciation, a sign of love. There are a lot of different aspects for jewelry when you purchase it.
Well, I'm the owner of Sugar Llamas here in Stillwater. My name is Chad O'Rourke. We want to create a customer-centric culture and create an experience for our customers when they come in. Our ice cream in particular, you can get it other places, but I'm only aware of like one other place besides the Sugar Llama in the state of Oklahoma that you can get it. We actually ship it in from up north, but when it comes to our coffee, you cannot get Sugar Llama coffee anywhere else in the world. You might find a blend similar to it, but you're not going to get Sugar Llama coffee anywhere but a Sugar Llama. It is proprietary to us. We really actually want to get more involved within our community. It's not just about making money, but it's about serving our community and becoming a part of the community here.
My wife lived east of here, about 35, 40 miles, something like that, over at Lamont. I was dating her from over at Alba when we were going to college. I knew about the well then. It was a great well. It was great water. I'd stop there, stick my head under it, wake up, drive on home, that kind of thing. And people talked about bottling this water. And so that's why I started thinking about doing that. And so in 2003, the property come up for sale. And so we started working on that, had the opportunity to buy it. The hopes are when folks drink our water is that they'll drink it for a few days and find out the difference. They'll start feeling better because there's been no chemical in our water. There's a list of good things that we have. We don't have any bad things in it. This company means a lot to me because I guess we started it from scratch. And to be able to have it where it's at today, I don't see this as the end at all. I see the future of Divine Water as being worldwide, which will bring outside dollars into the state. It means a lot to me because I started it, I guess, and our family started it.
Welcome back to the Daily O and welcome into the Sports Corner. I'm Landon Pats. Thanks for joining in. The power of America's greatest homecoming just wasn't enough for a Cowboy win. Number 24 Cincinnati Bearcats rolled into town and got off to a hot start. Brennan Sorsby hits this pass to running back Cyrus Allen to give them the early lead. Pokes would respond with a long drive capped off with a Logan Ward field goal. Second quarter now, Cyrus Allen would add to his day with this 14-yard touchdown catch, his second of the game. Pokes would respond in quick fashion with this 41-yard run from Rodney Fields, and later 6 plays down the line, the drive was capped off with a Sam Jackson scrambling touchdown, leaving the Pokes only down by 4. Cincinnati would begin to pull away as they would score 2 more touchdowns to lead before the end of half, leading 28-10. Second half now, Cowboys would show some life, getting a stop and turning it into a 20-yard Rodney Fields touchdown, who had himself a day with 190 all-purpose yards. Into the fourth, where the Bearcats would go 95 yards, capped off with Sorsby sneaking around the edge for the score. 35-17 now, then the Cowboys would have one final chance to make this close, but couldn't find a way as Matthew McDoom, yes, that's a great name, would take Sam Jackson's interception 100 yards for the pick 6. The Cowboys would fall 49-17. Head coach Doug Meacham says his staff was impressed with the passion the players showed on Saturday.
We were proud of them as coaches because of their fight. You know, even on defense, they were fighting. They were into it. There was a lot of communication, you felt a lot of energy, a lot of juice with the defense in the huddle, and the offense too. And they were encouraging. Our thing today was, we need all of us. We need the guys that aren't even playing to be in those huddles and encouraging.
Now, despite the loss, Cowboy fans were still going crazies, and some might even say bananas. National champion wrestler Wyatt Hendrickson joined the fans with waving his shirt around after getting presented with his trophy. The shirtless men of Section 2 No Shirty 1 weren't the only fans with their own section on Saturday. They were joined with bananas called Pete's Peelers. These bananas made quite the noise with dancing all night, including a conga line around the stadium. During the fourth quarter, the bananas ended up joining Section 231 by peeling off their costumes and waving them around over their heads. Fans are continuing to show the Cowboy spirit despite the performances on the field. Cowgirls soccer continues their struggling ways, still being unable to score consistently. The Cowgirls fell to TCU 3-1 in Fort Worth yesterday. The Horned Frogs found the back of the net early, scoring in the 10th minute, then again in both the 40th and 54th minutes, giving them a 3-0 lead. The Cowgirls then narrowed the deficit a little bit with Emma Alvord in her second straight game scoring. It would be too little too late, as it would be a final goal for the Cowgirls, and the Pokes would lose 3-1. They'll be back on the pitch Thursday in Cincinnati. Cowgirl Golf just finished their final fall tournament. In California at the Stanford Intercollegiate, the Cowgirls finished 11th. Grace Kilgrease played her best in the final round, going 1 under 70, helping her jump 13 spots individually, finishing 37th, along with fellow Cowgirls Ellie Bushnell and Marta Shilchenko. Summer Lee finished the tournament hitting 77 on her birthday, putting her in 83rd for individuals. The Cowgirls are back in action in January to start kickoff for their spring season. Well, that's a look from today at the Sports Corner, but don't go anywhere. Sea turtle lovers have a reason to rejoice. Emmy and Raymond have it right after this.
I'm Travis Taylor. I'm the general manager for the Hotel Indigo Tulsa Downtown. I have a real good understanding of the food scene in Tulsa, and I've loved to see the way it's evolved over the years, and I'm glad to be part of it.
My name's Kevin Kyle. I'm the executive chef. I started here, the idea was to do something local. Everything that we try to do has Oklahoma products.
Tulsa is a big oil boom when we were the oil capital in the early 1900s. How Route 66 put Tulsa on the map. And the menu around that was, well, what would an oil worker take out in their lunchbox? That's how Prospect kind of came from.
We never get crazy busy, so we can do a lot of different things with food. And we can do things like wine dinners and have local dinners. We have a private dining room that people can come.
I think being at the heart of the old Route 66 has kind of weighed into us getting a lot of different things brought in from different areas of the United States. When I taste something on our menu for the first time, the first thing I go is, that's Tulsa.
My name's Kayla. I've been here since the beginning, so 4 years. Scratch is more focused on farm and mostly made in Oklahoma products, keeping it local. Sustainability is our biggest thing. That's one of the reasons why this place opened.
I've been the chef here at Scratch for 2.5 years. Started here as a line cook. Our food and drinks are a bit separate entities almost inside the restaurant. So the food is now up to 85% of the products we bring in are raised or grown locally. It's all based off of things that I grew up eating in southern Oklahoma, the things my grandparents ate.
Fresh food, clean food, organic food, sustainability, that's all of our thing. From front of house to back of house, we're able to maintain both with freshness. But made in Oklahoma means we get it straight from the farms that are 20, 30 minutes, another little county away. We get it straight from them.
The star-studded cast of Wicked has a new addition. Abby Walston has more in your A-List update. Abby?
Yeah, Emmy. Coleman Domingo is joining the upcoming Wicked for Good movie as the Cowardly Lion. Domingo was announced as the character today through the official Wicked Instagram page. The Sing Sing actor was showed in a video holding a lion stuffed animal saying, "See you in Oz," with a wink to the camera. The movie's director, John M. Chu, approached Domingo through Instagram DM, saying, "It's not a ton of lines, but maybe you have a little time." You can see the Cowardly Lion and all of the other characters in Wicked for Good on November 21st in theaters. Well, that's all I have for your A-List update. Back to you at the desk.
After decades of decline, green sea turtles are making a comeback. The International Union for Conservation of Nature says they are no longer considered endangered. Conservationists are celebrating the good news, but warning the species could easily slip backwards. The turtles were once so abundant, sailors could navigate by the sounds of the turtles' breathing. The decline began when European colonizers exploited creatures for meat and decorative shells. Now the turtles face new threats, including pollution, habitat loss, and rising sea levels. But for now, sea turtle lovers can rejoice.
It's time to celebrate a sweet and savory favorite. It's National Chicken and Waffles Day. The holiday honors a dish that's been bringing together breakfast and dinner lovers for decades. While no one knows who first put the two together, we do know the meal was a staple of both African American cooks and the Pennsylvania Dutch. Here in Stillwater, you can find chicken and waffles at Just Wafflin' or Shortcake's Diner. So whether you like your sweet, spicy, or smothered in maple syrup, today's the day to dig in and post using the hashtag National Chicken and Waffles Day. Now, personally, I like mine with syrup and powdered sugar. How about you, Rayma?
I do like the sugar and, syrup, and I love blueberries and strawberry on top of mine. I kind of want to ask Tyler, what about you?
You know, I'm so glad you asked. As you guys know, I love food and I love waffles. It's my favorite breakfast food. Chicken and waffles, though, I like with a little bit of hot sauce on it. I like a little bit of spice to it. Speaking of things I like, cooler temperatures. Right now we're looking at a high tomorrow in the 70s, and like we talked about, those lows getting down into the low 40s. Looking into the rest of the week, starting with Thursday and Friday, we are going to see those thunderstorms we've been talking about. Temperatures going to increase slightly. That's going to give these storms the energy they need to really strike the area. That energy in those storms are going to stick around into Saturday, where we're going to see chances of rain all day, 65 the high, 56, and then we're going to start seeing that temperatures slide. The highs are going to be a little deceptive as they're going to jump up from that 65 on Saturday. That'll just be the return of the sun, warming up the planet a little bit, but that's all right because we're still going to be in those mid 70s, and then as we get further on, those temperatures are going to start to plummet down into the 60s with those lows like we talked about sitting in the mid to high 40s. But that's all I got for the 7-day forecast. Now, I'm curious about the waffles. Or did that just, chicken and waffles? There's actually an interesting story about it that I don't think we have time for, but I can tell you guys off air.
Great.
Oh, I'd love to hear it. And honestly, Landon, I wanted to hear kind of what's your favorite chicken
Now,
waffles?
one of the best places that I've had chicken and waffles is a place called Chick-In Waffle in Kansas City. They make what's called a bubble waffle, and they'll have it in like the true fryer where there are only just little pockets of waffle in there, but it is phenomenal.
That sounds amazing. I personally love Waffle Champion in downtown Oklahoma City. You can get anything off of their menu. Absolutely delicious. It's wonderful.
Yeah, I'm a Just Waffling guy myself here in Stillwater.
I like to get mine at Waffle Tuesday. They don't do it every time. Sometimes they have canes and some homemade waffles, so you can't go wrong.
That sounds great.
But that's a look at today's headlines. Thank you for joining us.
Make sure to check out the Daily O tomorrow and the rest of the week for the latest happening here in Stillwater and across the state. For the Daily O, I'm Rayma Coleman.
And I'm Emmy Sangdalai. Have a great night, everyone.
Thank you for coming to Stay and Play Pet Resort. This is where we can board your pet at any time for your convenience and make them feel at home. We have 5 different kennels for your pet. We have luxury suites that come with TV, camera, fireplace. The webcam is at your free. We have Kitty City where you can board your cat for multiple different prices. Stay and Play Pet Resort offers a free chauffeur service. If you go to Baker Animal Clinic, you can drop your pet off anywhere between 7:30 a.m. and no later than 8 a.m. Stay and Play Pet Resort offers a game day sports package. For $37, you can drop your dog off during the game day as early as 7:30 in the morning. Policy states you do not have to pick up your pet up until 1 hour after the game. At Stay and Play Pet Resort, we thrive to treat your best and give them the best at-home feeling.
My name's Dennis Abernathy. Lived here since 1968, and I consider myself one of Stillwater's oldest original family jewelers. Here at Dennis the Jeweler, we're more about personal service. My father always told me that anybody can sell the jewelry, and what we're doing is completely different, learning to do the repair work. That is one thing that will keep your business alive, because anybody can sell it, but not anybody can fix it. To me, jewelry is very, very personal. Every piece of jewelry has its own story, and I get to hear hundreds of stories from my clients, which I love to hear. There's always a story with it. I mean, you buy a piece of jewelry for a show of appreciation, a sign of love. There are a lot of different aspects for jewelry when you purchase it.
Are when folks drink our water is that they'll drink it for a few days and find out the difference. They'll start feeling better because there's been no chemical in our water. There's a list of good things that we have. We don't have any bad things in it. I see the future of Divine Water as being worldwide, which will bring outside dollars into the state. It means a lot to me because I started it, I guess, and our family started it.
My name's Kayla. I've been here since the beginning, so 4 years. Scratch is more focused on farm and mostly made in Oklahoma products, keeping it local. Sustainability is our biggest thing. That's one of the reasons